it's Talia. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday, March the 22nd. I almost said December for some reason. It's about 10 till 11 in the morning. Abby just went to sleep a few minutes ago, so you know what time that is. That means it's time for a Flosstube update. And as always, I'm coming to you weekly during the week of March so that I can more easily show you my March mayhem starts. Because, if you remember, I'm doing 31 new starts this month. One every day. And I can tell you, I'm starting to get a little burnt out on the new starts. I'm still gonna do them. I'm still gonna go through the rest of them. I've got some good ones still left to start, which I might kind of circle back around to that later. I apologize what's going on with my bangs. I cut them the other day. I trimmed them. They were getting too long. This is a tad too short for my liking. They may or may not even be even. How long have I been cutting my own bangs and I still can't always do it right? I don't know. So, just look over them today. So I have some progress on Heaven in a Wildflower, as far as that being the only existing whip that I've worked on this week. And I have my 7 new starts to show you. I have a little bit of haul to show, but not a whole lot. So hopefully this won't be too terribly long of a video. So you can watch this and then get about your day. So before I begin, taking my sip of coffee. This one's actually hot. I just made it. It's my second cup of the day. It'll be cold by the time I get done with this video. So diving right in, can show you the progress on Heaven in a Wildflower. I don't know how much progress you're gonna see on it, but as always, I will show you this is what the project looks like. I am stitching this for my mom, and it is my daily 30. Hopefully I will have been smart enough to insert a picture at this point. And I'm going to put this envelope back behind it because it's kind of bigger. So, luckily the envelope kind of fits. But this is where it's at right now. I've really just worked on doing the flower here. That's it. Finished up down there. And it's just more progress on the vine. Because really this is all I have left to do is what's here. And then putting the initials and the year there. And then there's like a little thing in between there. Not a haul, it's like a few stitches. So, but that's all I have left to do. Obviously I didn't get this done by the end of the week like I was hoping. But I actually need to make up for yesterday too, because I didn't work on it yesterday. I only worked on my new start. So that's where it's at. I need to be putting these over here. There's a dog laying over here. So I'm gonna set them like way over there. Okay. And hopefully he keeps laying there. So that only leaves my new starts. So I believe the last thing you saw, I'm looking at the calendar on the wall. The last thing you saw was for the 14th was the last day you saw. So, that leaves the 15th. And was I off that day? I think I was off that day. I can't remember. No, wait. I didn't work on that, did I? I'm trying to remember something. I'm trying to remember if I put any stitches in on this. No, I didn't. Sorry. You're gonna go down there for now. What would it be for one of my videos if I didn't drop something? So, sorry. So my start for the 15th is a beautiful Winter is Past by Blackbird Design. I'm doing this in the called for fancy floss. And really there's only a few colors. There are, I'm not gonna tell you. Where's it at? Where the heck? Oh, okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 colors. 10 colors. So, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of samplers, I guess that's not a lot of colors. Because, you know, some of these samplers can have an insane amount of colors in them. I'm stitching this on... What am I stitching this on? Oh, please. Oh, I got it right here. 36 count Weeks Dye Works parchment. So, this is my progress. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah. I saw that curved vine. I'm like, wait, is that right? But this is my progress on it. So, not too bad of a start on it. I think I did have that day off. So, yeah. There's your visually interesting start. They're not always like that. But this is the color of the fabric. I think that's going to be gorgeous when it's done. And I am stitching 1/1 on this. So, and in case you're wondering, there's my back. I gotta share a little something with you guys. And I think I wanted to mention it in my last update, but I forgot. I learned about something, a new technique, if you will, a couple weeks ago. And once I started putting it into practice, I tried it out and started putting it into regular practice, I have become absolutely obsessed with it. And that is the 1-strand loop start. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know who I initially saw this from. I think I saw it on Facebook. It wasn't a video, it was a post about it. It was like a diagram or something. But I learned about this and I tried it and I'm like, this is great. And so I've become obsessed with the 1-strand loop start. Especially if you don't have, if you're working on like a motif or something. If you're starting a motif and you don't have anything to run your thread under, it's a great way to start your thread if you're only using 1 strand. And then I will make sure to go back and stitch over that strand at the back to anchor it down. But yeah, just letting you know, I've become obsessed with that. So that's how I want to start all my 1-stranded starts from now on. So that was the 15th. The 16th was Chalk Spring by Hands On Design, and you will be seeing a picture of what it looks like because I couldn't print out the picture of it from the magazine. I have a picture saved on my phone, which is probably what I will be inserting. But I had a small start on it, and I'm going to warn you, this fabric is not going to show up as dark as it actually is. This is a 32 count Lugana from Picture This Plus, and the fabric color is called Mystic. If you know what Mystic looks like, then you know. Then you kind of can get an idea of how dark it is, but it's not going to show up as dark as it actually is. So that is my start. Just a little bit of that kind of swirly that's in the center underneath where it says spring. So I'm going to kind of hold it. Maybe if I hold it back, you can kind of, yeah, you can kind of get an idea. It's still darker than it's showing up. So that is my start. Yeah, I know there's a splotch on it right there. That's in the dye. But I think it'll be okay. So that was my start on it. Not much. It was a day where I had to work that day. And I think I may have gotten a couple stitches in before I went to work, but then when I got home later that night, I put in a few more stitches. I was trying to get the whole swirl done, but I couldn't do it. That's fabric that I have to work on in the daylight. So the 17th, let me find it. The 17th was a really good one. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot started on it because I had to work that day. But that is Celestial Dragon by Joan Eliott. And I started this on Under the Sea Fabrics. And I got a card. Of course I didn't. Oh, goodness. I feel like I wrote it on here, though. Oh, yeah, I do have it. It's not Under the Sea Fabrics. It's 32 count Lugana in Haven by Picture This Plus. And it's kind of a bluish, like a purpley blue color. This is my lonely little start on it. That's the bottom of that wing. The one wing. So that's my lonely little start on it. Yeah, didn't get a lot done. And I put a 4-leaf clover needle minder on it because I started it on St. Patrick's Day. So maybe I'll be lucky when I'm stitching this. Maybe. So, or maybe I'll bring it out every St. Patrick's Day. It's an idea, right? So that's that one. Not much to show on that one. So I can try to give y'all a visually interesting start, but it doesn't always happen. I get a start on it that I have the time to get a start on. On the 18th, I started, make sure this is the right one. Yeah. On the 18th, I started Hello Autumn by Durene Jones. This is a free design that you can find through via her Facebook group. I'm stitching this on a 16 count Crystal Heartland by Picture This Plus, and that is my wonderful little start on it. This is the pumpkin that the tea is on. This is the tea pumpkin. So, it has the sparkle, as you can see, and my little pumpkin needle minder. So that's it. This fabric is like way bigger than I need, but it's a good size to kind of get a hold on. But this is one of those projects that I don't think I'm going to be actually finishing it, like FFOing it. I'm going to stitch it and then probably be done with it. I don't know. It depends. Depends on how I feel and if I figure out a way to FFO it. That's not putting it in a frame. So the 19th was Garden Square. Now this is a design, I don't have a picture to give you because I got this as a free like black and white printed thing with an order from Needlecraft Corner like a while back. So I don't have a picture. It says on it, whatever the model was, it says the model was stitched over, not stitched with a D. Model was stitched over one on Oaten Scone 34 count using a Veriswa 1003 from Access Commodities. I don't have a picture of whatever the model was. So if they stitched this over one on 34 count, you can imagine how tiny that is. And it's not a big design to begin with. It's only 77 by 77. So I'm stitching this with the called for DMCs, which is a dark gray, a couple of reds, and a dark green. Yes, that's the called for DMC. Unfortunately, I only got to work on the dark gray. So I'm actually going to be stitching this on a, not going to be stitching it. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Joan in Queen Anne's lace, which is a pale green. That's showing up pretty good. So bring it in. Like I said, this is over one on 28 count. So that's my start on it. That's really pretty. I don't know if I can show y'all, if my camera is going to focus enough to show you guys what the stitches, how tiny those stitches are. Anyway, that's my start on that one. Really small piece. And this is why I like some of these half size bags like this. They come in handy. So that was the 18th? No, 19th. That was the 19th. The 20th was another one I was kind of excited to start. And yes, I printed out a picture of the front cover of this book. This is from that Something Old, Something New Rosewood Manor book. I am going to be stitching this one. And for some reason, I named it Bird Sampler. It's not actually Bird Sampler. The name of the design is called Flowers in Bloom. I don't know why I named it that. And I'm stitching this on a piece of, well, maybe the last piece of bisque, 40 count bisque by Lakeside Linens. Hold on while I get my bearings of which way is up. That is my start on it. This is right in the center where the little pot, show you. This is that line that's in the center right there where the tree thing comes off of. And it's the start of the tree, or whatever you want to call that. It's yeah, I don't know what you would want to call that. And then that same color, it's in the little swirlies around the outside. So technically, this is the bottom side. Yeah. Technically, this is the edge, the side edge, and this is the bottom. So not a big pattern at all when you stitch it over 40 count. Really small and cute and dainty. So But it takes a ton of colors. You see all that? It takes a ton of colors. Rosewood Manors are pretty and all that, but they're fiddly. There's a lot of colors in them. So, another small bag. And then on the 21st, yesterday, I got to start my sunset kit. Get it out of the bag. And that is Calendar of Events. This is a kit. Had everything in there. I've just taken it out. So, it came with a beige 14 count Ada. I have swapped that out. I am using the kit floss though. Although it feels like DMC, it has its own numbering system. It doesn't have the DMC numbering system. So, this is the kit floss. These couple right here are just extras from wherever else. So, is anybody else, like, if you've ever done a kit like this where you had to separate the threads, does anybody else other than me have a system? Like, pull out what you know, like black, and say if it says there's one strand of darkest gray, you pull that out. You know what I mean? Like black, white, the things that you know that it shows. You go ahead and pull those out, and then you kind of go one by one on the other things. I don't know what I'm saying, but maybe you guys understand. So, I switched this out for a 32 count Durene in the Blain by Picture This Plus. And that was my start. So, really liking that so far. It kind of looks Christmassy, but it also kind of looks like Harry Potter colors. This color right here, they call it blue-green. I don't, just looks like a dark green to me. But that's what they call it. So, and this is about 3/4 of the way across. I think it goes out another, like, 40 stitches. Or 41 stitches. So, like this block right here, like it goes across, and there's another green block on the other side, and then it goes down. There's only green blocks on every corner. And then it's the red and gold around the rest of the outside. On this one here, I am actually going to do the border first. And then I'll go through and stitch the separators. What did I do with the freaking pattern? There it is. Because it has like these separators. It's like, what do you call it? Running stitches. As you can see. I'm going to stitch the outside border first, and then I'll go in and stitch these separators, and then I'll just go through and do a month at a time. So, you know, that way in case, you know, I should want to participate in a challenge, I will be able to. Like if there's a challenge for a flag, I can just go down and do the July 4th one. But this is what the whole thing looks like right now. And yes, I did cut this down to size. So, that is my new starts for the week. And like I said, I still have some good ones left to start in the month. I still have, yeah, Dean's up there. I still have my Hello Kitty cupcake. I still have the Reach for the Stars, which is the Tatty Teddy pattern in World of Cross Stitch. I think somebody is awake. They didn't take a very long nap. She does that sometimes. But sometimes she actually gets herself back to sleep. Other times it sounds like right now she's talking to herself, which means she's probably awake. But I'm going to go ahead try to hurry up and wrap this up. I still have the Joy pattern from the cross stitch Christmas book. I have the cat sampler, which came out of gift stitching. I still have Miss Sarah Jane from La Di Da, Fire and Ice by Ship's Manor, Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick, La Vida e Bella by Shepherd's Bush, and then on the 31st, I'll be starting with the Needle 2. Y'all won't see that until the end, very end. But the next 7 days, it'll be interesting to see what gets pulled. And I just have a few pieces of haul to show you, and I will let you go. So the first thing, real quickly, I got in my nest egg from Trisha at 3L Threads. And I get Classic Colorworks, and I know other people have already shown these. But these are the colors. We've got Fancy Nancy. We've got Fallen Leaves, which is I love this color. It's rust in like a lighter, it's a variegated Fallen Leaves. Eve's Leaves, which is not as variegated. That's actually kind of a sage color. It's showing up like lighter than it is. I don't know what's on this paper, but Colonial Copper. That's another highly variegated one. Well, not so. It's showing up more variegated than it actually is. Goldfish, which is peaches, darker and pale peaches. Ginger Snap. Campfire, which is a deep red. Love that. Gingerbread, which actually is not showing up as brown as it actually is. It's more brown than that. Honeycomb, which is very golden yellow. And English Ivy. I just bought 2 skeins of this for that sampler. So, now I have a free one, an extra one. So I got those. I'm going to just put them back in the bag for now. Okay. So, got those in. And then I decided to go ahead and pick up another 1 or 2 of the Prairie Schooler ABCs. And Letitia brought up a good point. She said if you search for Prairie Schooler alphabet, it pulls up this Christmassy one that's a more recent release. To find the older one that a lot of people stitch, you have to search for Prairie Schooler ABC, Prairie Schooler DEF, Prairie Schooler GHI, so on and so forth. So I think I'm probably still going to call it Prairie Schooler Alphabet, but I'm going to try my best to remember to call it Prairie Schooler ABCs. So I did go ahead and pick up the next 2. I have the first 2. I have the ABC, DEF, and I picked up GHI and JKL. But you see how they do 3 letters in each leaflet. So pick those up, and then to get free shipping, I only needed $11 more, and so I went ahead and picked this up. Forever and Ever by Brenda Gervais. Sorry. Forever and Ever by Brenda Gervais. So, I've kind of had my eye on this for a little bit. So, and in case you're wondering where I got those from, because I know I didn't mention it when I first started talking about them. There was no card or anything, but it is from Kingsland Needle Art. Kingsland Needle Art on Etsy. So give them a shout. So that's all I have for you today. Wow, we kept this under about 30 minutes. I hope you guys are having a good week. I'm still trucking along. I still need to get progress done on Heaven in a Wildflower. I still need to do my start for today, which I haven't pulled that yet. I'm hoping it's a good one because I have the day off. Abby has a doctor's appointment this afternoon. So we had a bath this morning, and instead of putting her on the newborn side of her bath tub, which kind of lays back, it reclines. I flipped it around and put her on the infant / toddler side, which is which sits up more. And she's doing pretty good at setting herself up. She's not 100% great at it yet. Like, she's not an expert at it. She's like still like beginner level. I don't know how you would call that. But the water was warm. I made sure that the water was actually warm. And she didn't scream bloody murder. She still didn't like it. She still whined the whole time. Thankfully, she didn't scream like that this time. So we had our bath this morning. It went better than it has been. And she's in there playing with her on her own right now. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I will insert a couple of pictures of her because I know it's been a while since you guys have seen her. Actually, you know what? Since she's awake now, I'm gonna go get her and you can see her. So I had to go back because I'm terrible at keeping up with how old she is as far as weeks and months and stuff like that. So I did go back and add it up, and she is 20 weeks. So she's 5 months. So let me go grab her real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, so here we are. This is 5-month-old Abby. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen her. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Oh, she smells so good. Don't you just love the smell of clean baby, fresh baby? So, this is her right now. Hi, yeah. She's sitting up on her own for the most part. I'm just still kind of supporting her a little bit. So, that's basically it for... What? That's basically it for this week. I hope you guys get lots of stitching in this week. Have a good week. And I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Bye. Say bye, Flosstube. Bye, Flosstube. She's like, whatever, mommy. Bye, guys.